So here if you just watch carefully, my total data is available where? Tell me, disk. In the form of files. In the disk you tell me. It is in the form of files. Now we are contacting Oracle using we are contacting Oracle using SQL star plus, and we are talking to Oracle in the concept of what? Objects. Are you catching the point now? Now these objects have to find the data where? These objects have to find the data where? In the files. But I cannot operate on the files. I should always load the data from the file that is in the disk into my RAM. And then I should work. If you are coming from operating systems, you know very well program and process. So when I am executing anything that is nothing but a program in implementation becomes a process. Because until it is not a process, we cannot do any wonders. So when you say it's a process, where it is now? When you say it's a process, where it is now? In the RAM. Are you getting me? So this process is nothing but a reference to one of the file from where this operational data is taking place. Do you agree with me? Now, whenever I insert one data, so like I'm having one particular table, I inserted one record. Where did I insert that? Actually into the location where process is running, means RAM. From here the data should give where? From here the data should go where? To the disk in the form of file. Do you agree with me? Means disk and the RAM should be tightly synchronized with one another. Now when this data is moving from disk to RAM, RAM to disk, while this migration of the data is happening continuously, there are many number of chances where the data on the disk to be corrupted because of certain reasons. That could be anything that is externally associated. There is a chance that my data in the RAM also to get corrupted because of many number of other external influences that are taking place. Do you agree with me now? Now, when I am running my business, I will run my business believing my operating system, believing my computer, believing my device, believing my Oracle database. Believing which particular component I will run my business. Can you tell me? My client believes my application, what I developed. I believe Oracle's database because I am thinking that Oracle database is the best in reliability. Oracle should believe operating system on which it is installed now. Operating system should believe the hardware that is fundamentally designed. Means the total process is not in the control of one company now. Say like suddenly on the hard disk the data is corrupted. What OS will tell? So and so data you requested is not found. That's what sincerely. See, something in real time is what when I gave you some product, man, the product is damaged. Finally, what will you say? Tell me, I came and asked you, what will you say? Sorry, take this and go. It's as simple as this, that's all. Now, fighting with you is a human being's tendency. Not fighting with you is also a human being's tendency only. Now, machine is also same. At least a human being will say sorry. What machine will tell you? So finally, when we are keeping our data in the machines, what is the risk you should understand? Be very clear about that. See, believing the banks, you are depositing the whole money in your banks, man. Banks are keeping the money where we are least bothered. But next day when you are going and asking, you are expecting your money to be given to you. Do you agree with me? Now banks are keeping all the money elsewhere, let us not worry about it. But they are operating through computers now. Your total deposits, withdrawals, whatever it is in the database servers now. Only if the database server is operating, they are believing that your money is there now. One day your whole banking servers are crashed. You are going giving your ATM card in the ATM machine now. Machine is saying that cannot respond because server is not responding to me. And you are going to the bank and you are asking now, please give my cash. Bank says, what is the account number? Tell me. You gave. They entered. They got a message once again. Server not responding. The banking is sorry, sir. Server is not responding. They are saying that my money is there with you. Sir, it's there with us only, but we can't give you. You're asking why? Server should respond. When the server will respond, we also don't know. If server is never responding in your life, what will happen? So money nahi de sakte bas. Digital world risk factor is this. See, there is one very serious concept in the world that we have to become virtual currency world. But one particular community is asking a question. If the total life of the human beings becomes digital currency with virtual money, suddenly imagine that if the central servers of the internet and the communication systems are 100% failure, what will happen to human beings? Unimaginable construct. There are great level of economy policies I'm telling you, because we may not be looking into it. Actually, you take the metals. Gold is a physical metal. Do you agree with me? It is available with whom? Part of it is the government and part of it in India is people now. We are the only country where major part of the gold will be with the citizens, not the government actually. In all the countries, government has the maximum gold and citizens have the least gold. With that only they will do the business. In India, what they will do is how much we imported from the other countries as gold, how much we have sold. Then government what it says is, in our country so much of gold is there. If some country comes and says in RBI, show that. Indian government says, हमारे पास नहीं रहता है, लोगों के पास रहता है, जाके ले लो. That is a calculation. Now governments are having one calculation now. These metals are the precious components which actually make our business to run. We do the business from day to day only on metal, precious metal. What is the, see, you are having 100 rupees in your hands when, how you know that is 100 rupees when? I will also print from Canon inkjet printer. Why not my 100 rupees is accepted? That 100 rupees when you are giving to the shopkeeper, what is actually happening? That 100 rupees in your hands is a promise by the Indian government that this note is worth of 100 rupees worth of gold. Means you are exchanging gold actually in the form of currency. Be very clear. You are paying 30,000 rupees tax at the end of the year to the government. Means what it is, out of your entire work what you have done, out of that some amount of money came. You are thinking money, it's not money. That money is equivalent to the worth of the gold. We do business on that only. So you are giving 30,000 rupees to the government, you are saying that out of the gold what I earned, 30,000 worth gold I am giving back to my government. Government will take all this and tell the world that this much of gold is there with us now. This is virtual. Then this virtual gold is working so perfectly with papers. Now governments are having one wonderful idea now. Why not we try to create a environment of virtual gold only totally? In the near future, no selling and buying of gold now. That's where I think Indian government recently started what? Gold bonds. The concept of gold bonds is that only. So there will be no gold with you. Indian government will give you one certificate saying that gold hai iske paas. If somebody has dikhao, bank mein hai. You go to the bank, bank says RBI ke paas hai. This is how the things will happen. So because of this, what's the criteria now? After some amount of time, only the digital world will be there. This is something too difficult for the current generation to understand on the virtual economy that is about to come in next 10 years, I am telling you. Say next 10 years, it's totally a virtual economy. Now in these constructs, what that virtual economy will work or not, let us not worry now. What's the world of bitcoins? What is the concept of blockchaining, what we are talking nowadays? So the world is making a big change, I am telling you. Be very clear about that. So all this data is where now? Server. You are believing this. It is saying that I am believing that. That is saying that I am believing that. And that is gone. Finish. then what is the life of the world, you just imagine. Therefore, today the problem of the world is how to protect the data such that it can never be lost. How to protect our data which can never be lost. That is the next generation world of fail-safe architectures. What are fail-safe architectures? That's a different kind of story. I don't want to, that's where the world of big data is beginning. We need to understand certain construct. Why is it that some top level countries are much worried about going on to the moon? And what we will do going on to the moon, tell me? Nothing. We are worried about in near future, with the size of this data in the business increases, where we should store our data centers. Our data centers are the problem in near future now. We are occupying the data in such a way, very soon it dominates the existence of the human being's area. So we are now worried, can we transform our data in such a way that it can be pushed on to other places than the earth. Find a place where we can communicate, store the data elsewhere. These are all certain things that are happening at the topmost levels of the researchers. So, finally the problem is, if the data is lost, can we recover? Recovery should be very quick. Recovery should be very quick. What is the least possible time in which you can just do the recovery? That is the fundamental construct. Therefore, starting from 10G, Oracle started thinking on that side. Long back, recovery was through backup and all these things. Okay, backup is something what I have to do sitting personally with a particular time bound application. Every day evening 5 o'clock I will take backup. Okay. After 5 o'clock backup will start. But what if my server failed at afternoon 2 o'clock? Means definitely scheduled backup is always having what? Risk of losing some data. But the concept of any architecture is not to lose even the millisecond of the data. That is the area where Oracle started with a special kind of table space called a system auxiliary table space concept in 10G. So once you install your Oracle, starting from 10G, two table spaces will be created. One is the system table space, the other is the system auxiliary table space. System table space is nothing but the table space that manages Oracle's architecture as a database. Why? Because if Oracle is not running, my application cannot run. So rather than protecting my application, first I should see my Oracle itself is protected very carefully. If my Oracle itself is not operating perfectly, what is the credibility of my application? So, first, your application is not a concentration. Your application depends on which particular architecture and software, that should be tightly protected. So, system table space is nothing but, which is a table space 24/7, it is online. Once your production server starts, 24/7 it's online, ready to give services for Oracle such that your application can be running. My application has no problem, but Oracle has a problem now. My application stops. So to keep my application running, I should see that Oracle is not stopping. So system table space is absolutely heart and soul of your Oracle database. But what is the guarantee system table space will not get corrupted? If system table space is corrupted, not only my application, all applications that are depending on system table space are gone. So system auxiliary table space. System auxiliary table space is what? Whenever some operation is happening in Oracle, this operation's status is what currently that will be recorded into system auxiliary table space. So system auxiliary table space is like a recorder of the current state of the system table space and its operational mechanism. It will be recording everything. It will be recording everything. Where in real time, system table space and system auxiliary table space are never kept on the same machine with the same file system. In your personal machines, both are in the same machine. But in real time, the administrator can configure the system table space and system auxiliary table space into different file systems. So one is operating to the requirement of the end user. Another is watching this particular operational state of this particular table space now. When doing some work, system table space is feeling that it is missing some data. Any data is missing in the process of my execution means that will be a failure, yes or no? But system table space, if it is a failure, applications will fail. So whenever system table space feels that it is unable to find some operational data what it needs for execution, instead of giving a message that the system table space is failed, it contacts system auxiliary table space. System auxiliary table space, what it does is, under which circumstance it is missing the data, it will cross check and gives a copy of the data to the system table space saying that this was your situation previously when you are working, so take that and start continuing. Means it's a self-repairing architecture what Oracle has created it. Therefore, system auxiliary table space also should be protected very carefully. If system auxiliary table space is not protected properly, for any system table space failures, it becomes application level failures. The moment you install your Oracle on your machine, you like, you do not like, these two table spaces are absolutely created. Where your system table space will store all your data dictionary, tables, everything. And system auxiliary table space will be monitoring that. So whenever the system is going for any kind of critical failure, generally auxiliary will help the system to come up. If suppose that in times it is unable to be come up, then it's not a problem. Administrators will sit, they will check what is happening in the system auxiliary table space, and from that they will try to recover the main system table space and they will make the system to continue in its operations. From classrooms, this may be looking really exaggeration. In real time, once we install and configure one production server, for years together that server will never be shut down. For years together that server will never be reformatted, reinstalled, reconfigured. It is not like a personal machine. Something is a problem. On Saturday we will sit and format the whole system. By Sunday we will install all the software. By Monday it is a new system once again for us. Work up to Friday, once again format on Saturday. You cannot expect these things happening in your real-time production servers. There are certain kinds of production servers which are never shut down at least once in last 40 to 50 years of computing science. Understand that. Imagine the satellite controlling systems that are there in NASA, if they are shut down for at least 1 minute for maintenance, what happens? The total satellites that are revolving around the Earth will start colliding and they will start falling on your heads like biggest missiles of the world. So you cannot expect those servers to be shut down even by a second. That's what you should understand. Today, technology itself is the biggest boon for the human beings, and technology itself is the biggest threat for the human beings. Today we are in such a kind of world, we should not let this technological growth to stop. The moment we make this technological growth to stop, beings will not exist on this earth. Means we have created one artificial world for us. We have to make this world to continue now. We cannot stop it. The reason scientific state researchers can never stop now, and nobody in the world can keep IT even for a second aside. People speak much of things. I have seen rumors like IT will not be there, nothing, man. It goes on increasing day by day. It goes on increasing opportunities day by day. It becomes more stronger day by day with more number of avenues day by day. But you should get ready for it. We can't now. We can't. 24 hours, if your total mobile phones are stopped, 60% Indians will become mad immediately. Be very clear about that, okay? They'll be running on the road like mad people. No way. If one day your refrigerators are not operating for you, almost all will become sick. We are above the systems of technology now. We have adapted it. Therefore, we can't design systems that can go for failure even by a second now. Even by a second. So imagine how data dominates the world today now. So every database management system that comes into the world today has to first finalize how best I can give services without a break. Why Oracle is so famous in the world? It has certain things in its architecture no database in the world will provide. World's richest projects are on Oracle. Remember that. The world's richest projects are what? The millennium's costliest project is one project called as Genome. Genome project, which is a project that is designing the DNA signature for all the living organisms on this earth. This particular project is the costliest and the richest project. In the Genome project, the central database is totally managed by Oracle. Be very, very clear about these particular constructs. Now, the next second richest project in the world is the Big Bang project of CERN people, which is a project which is analyzing the amount of energy that was released to make this earth to form when two celestial bodies in astronomical implementation were colliding in those days. What was the particular pressure and the kind of energy that was released out of one of the piece of the asteroids, earth formed, and we have such a beautiful climate that has come in and we are living on this. Why not at the same time some other particular objects that were separated from that particular celestial body, they were unable to become earth once again. Moon is a part of separation of earth only. But why moon is not once again like earth with human beings? What was the pressure that was different? What is the particular energy that was different such that moon was unable to become another earth? We are experimenting on it. In this, you do know how much data gets generated in a second? Leave second when second level data generation. Read what databases are doing in the world. In these projects, not even a microsecond of the database server failure is acceptable. Understand, there are many number of corporate hospitals in the world which do sophisticated operations on their patients with 80% of the operation guided by the robots. 20% of the operation is only monitored by the doctors. These robots are guided by the data that is coming through the stored patterns of the databases that are in the background. Imagine in that operation theater, a fraction of a second of a failure of the data not reaching the robot while it's conducting that operation. Patient is no more. So, we database developers dictate the life of existence of the human beings in the world today. People have very wrong notion about databases, I'm telling you. That's what I say. You are the makers of the world. Because if you don't store, stock and secure the data, no technology in the world can work. After these people only any technology. So, imagine my protection state I should give for my table spaces. So Oracle has made everything ready such that nothing can be a failure. The reason in 40 years there is no competitive database for this company. Second, all table spaces are collection of what? Files. Files are stored on disk. Disk will be occupying some space. Do you agree with me? The space on the disk is finite or infinite? The space on the disk is finite or infinite? Finite. Means one day definitely the disk will get full. Do you agree with me? Now, today we are in a world of which kind of business? 24/7, 365 days business. Can you expect at least 1 second of your business to be stopped in real time? No. Now means we are generating the data in live real-time requirements now. When live real-time data generation is taking place, imagine your database is how they will be collecting the data. And this data they are pushing into what? Tables. Tables are giving the data to table space. Table space is releasing the data to data files. Data files are keeping the data on the disk. Disk is full. Can you change your hard disk when your server is running? No. Then how we are managing this real-time data nowadays? 90% of the industrial architecture is beyond what you sit and learn in this classrooms, I'm telling you. That's what I always say. Amirpet can teach you anything by subject. Amirpet cannot teach you anything by architecture. Understand that. Industry doesn't need your subject. It needs your architecture. It's not to discourage you. The fact is, we all believe it. Amirpet markets will stop where industry begins. Therefore, what I say is, sitting in these markets, can you understand what industry is expecting? Every day I think I'm telling you the same point. Sitting in this class, don't think about subject, I'm telling you. You think about subject, I don't need all this theory to be discussed with you. I'm the most happiest person, I'm telling you, man. Less than 30 days I can complete my Oracle. 31st day I can have another batch. Once again bank balance increases. 30 days you close the batch, once again another batch, bank balance increases. So be very careful. What industry demands is something different than what you get from your classes. So that state of the industrial presence is important. Why? Because sitting in the chair as a consultant, I know what I expect from people when I am selecting them. Just keep yourself there. Therefore, my disk is always finite, but my data is infinite. Now, how we are managing now? See, I'll ask you one simple question. When a live cricket match is coming, how much we are excited with? I've seen people keeping reminder. Reminder 1 day before, cricket match kal hai. Reminder 1 hour before. In 24 hours, 24 reminders will come. काम खत्म कर लो, क्रिकेट के लिए रेडी हो जाओ. काम खत्म कर लो, क्रिकेट के लिए रेडी हो जाओ. And we go and sit in front of that till that particular match is completed. If anybody disturbs us, we'll go and stab him immediately. That kind of fever is there. Okay, you are enjoying your live matches. Do it. Common man is also enjoying. You are also enjoying. What is the difference between you and the common man as a technologist now? That guy is also clapping the hands, whistling, shouting, char mara, chhe mara. You are also doing it. But now I don't think anywhere you are looking like a professional now. See that, but understand, if you are able to enjoy that live cricket match that is happening in front of you, do you know how much of database is working behind that? As a live stream. The world's costliest software project in sports is ICC project. ICC database project is the costliest software project in sports. Your luck favored, you got a job in ICC as a Oracle developer. Hope so. Okay, at least dreaming is sometimes better. Do you know what will be the pay package? From on campus, if you are being selected by ICC to go and work for their database project as an SQL developer from top level premium institution, your pay package in Indian currency starting will be 5 lakhs per month. Okay? Can we expect when our select statement can be 5 lakhs? Look into the technology, but know how you can become part of that. That's what I say. Do everything in your life, but understand what's happening behind this in my database. In that live streaming, how much amount of hard disk will be filled, you know. And that too, today the cricket matches are what? High density. High density. 4080 pixels, high density images and the video. Just 15 to 20 minutes of the cricket match in live will occupy anything not less than 2-3 GB of your hard disk. Imagine at the peak level when the match is going on, you are getting one wonderful message. Disk khatam ho gaya, abhi laga rahe hain. Did you get any time like that one? No, I hope so. Understand what's happening. Oracle's 10G big file table space. That's the beauty of Oracle. Now in 2004 mid, when Oracle was releasing 10G, Oracle made a revolutionary concept called as big file table space. That big file table space, what Oracle is technically working today, is nothing but the next generation storage architecture that is now promised by Google, which is called as big table concept. So big file table space is what? It's a kind of table space that's provided by Oracle, which can grow irrespective of the size. So if the disk is full, that's where we are not in the world of normal machine level or server level. We are in the world of what? Clusters, clustered architectures today. We are in a clustering environments now. So once you come to the big table concepts or big file table space concepts, your system is purely in clustered databases. Because of that, what happens? According to the data that is about to come, my technical teams will be pushing computers into the cluster continuously. So as you go on pushing the computer into the cluster's bandwidth will be increasing immediately. So we have a routine now. I know that every 10 hours I will get some 1 terabyte of data. Then immediately we'll be configuring the commodity software, commodity hardware, and we'll keep the machines ready now. And these machines are just plugged in continuously. And as the machines are getting plugged in, your data is moving continuously into these particular systems and it's flowing, it's a stream now. If these big file table spaces are not there, can you imagine the world? To make you understand what the big file table space, I was talking about that streaming of live and everything. If big file table spaces are not there, what will happen? I'll tell you, 24/7 your mobiles will never work. Got it? Mobile communities can never work. The people who are having those mobile phones, the company should tell, if big file table space is not there, then we could have had a wonderful concept saying that your mobile number falls into this particular type of cluster, so your mobile number will be active from morning 8 o'clock to evening 5 o'clock only. जो भी है इसके अंदर कर लो, बाद में वो switch off हो जाएगा automatically, because data cannot be taken. 24/7 you are enjoying your WhatsApp nowadays. That couldn't be possible. Are we not in a world where we say, like, if I feel like smiling, we are keeping the status immediately. Just now started smiling, I don't know when I will stop. And all the people on the other side are worried now. Smile, rokha ki nahi rokha hai. Next 5 minutes you'll be getting continuous messages. Did your smile completed or not completed? Tell me, I am getting anxiety over here now. Are we not in a world of this kind of status? When I've seen people keeping their WhatsApp status, Facebook status, keep the leg out of the house, immediately take a selfie of the shoe and say, Abhi paun bahar lagaya, status updated. How you are able to enjoy this data, man? This is just because Oracle's revolutionary big file table spaces. These all projects, they can't survive if Oracle is not there. Be very clear about that. Today, did anybody expect that we can have live streaming of the pictures directly in YouTube for us when they are getting released? What is Netflix? Study about Netflix company. You know, it started with a simple 2 lakh rupees as investment. Today it is more than $20 billion company that dominates the whole Hollywood and dictates how they should release their movies where and when. Today Netflix dictates major part of the events in the media channels of the world for entertainment. Unbelievable. Database beyond our imaginations. So, big file table spaces are nothing but the table spaces which just go on increasing their size continuously 24/7. That's where the world is worried now. Imagine what will be the size of one data center of Facebook in next 10 years. Imagine one day Zuckerberg is giving one message, okay, in newspapers early in the morning we got one message saying that Facebook has too much of data now, we are unable to maintain information, gentlemen, we are very sorry. The last 10 years of data from Facebook is being deleted, only the 6 months data will be maintained from today onwards. Just imagine the world. I think your last 3-4 years of your photographs are in the Facebook only, not even anywhere. People will sit and start pulling all those photos and everything, because Facebook nikal dega. Today, who is having albums in their house? Man? Our entire photographs are in mobile, from mobile connected to Google Drive, and Google Drive is maintaining in some Google Picasso. Imagine how much amount of size Google should give you in next 10 years. Just think what will be the size of data centers in the world. From where we will provide these data centers, the space and capacity. And can you tell people saying that for a day I will take only 5 photographs from you? If Google keeps this validation, how many people will continue with Google? We are in a world in such a way that we are walking and taking selfie walking concept now. In this particular world, you just imagine Google says 5 photos se zyada nahi dena hai. You will immediately open 10 Google accounts immediately. Fool the Google immediately. That's not hai. World is different, I'm telling you. See, sitting in this class, paying your money, learning database doesn't mean that keep some commas, brackets, semicolons and say data aa gaya. Okay? Don't be in that sense, I'm telling you. There is something that's happening in the world beyond your imaginations. Are you getting ready for that world? Else, you are the losers, okay? Because we are already there in the system. That's what I say. What best you can take out of your career out of these databases? Think seriously. So, big file table space is a revolution by Oracle. The reason in only last 10 years, the transformation of the technology has happened beyond our imagination. Last 10 years. Today we are already into the world of Walkman. Next few years, why do you think that big cinemas is being sold away? Why Reliance people are stopping their particular set-top boxes? Do you have an idea? Reliance is about to close all its set-top boxes. Why? Think. Already Amazon is coming up with what? MediaFire. I don't know you have an idea or not. But all the smart TVs that are next generation is smart TVs. LEDs is also gone, smart TVs. Every television is a box of internet directly. Those days will be gone where people definitely pay money and watch anything. You're going to get your smart TVs which can be directly interconnected to your internet itself. All these particular set-top boxes, dish TVs, antennas world will go. Data directly gets channelized from your internet itself. And you will just watch the movement of your media into your televisions by just a simple internet Wi-Fi connection. Is not today digital streaming of media channels has already started or not? World is changing very quickly, I'm telling you. That's what, in last 10 years, a great lot of changes in IT, which were unbelievable, because data management standards have drastically changed once Oracle came up with 10G by introduction of big file table spaces. Big file table spaces have promised the world that 150% size has no limitation. Size has no limitation. How many number of people, just a curious question for me, how many number of students who are sitting in this class are really taking your mobile phone connections every month recharge with the SMS packagement? SMS is gone, almost gone. Short messaging service is gone. All long messaging services only in WhatsApp. How many number of days back you found any of your family members personally coming to your house and handing over one invitation card and sitting there and having a coffee and telling all the details of what they are planning for the sake of that particular function, what they are about to conduct? Gaya. Invitation को snap ले लो, WhatsApp में लगा दो. नीचे एक मैसेज लो, आना है तो आओ, नहीं तो मत जाओ. And we are also having wonderful messages. Why you will take all the pain to come to the particular place, reservations and all these things are difficult. Don't worry, we'll give you live streaming directly in the WhatsApp itself. You can see later on what has happened in the family. We are in a different world, I'm telling you. We are in a different world. We are in a world of child speaks with his mother on WhatsApp, mother gives suggestion on WhatsApp, and we just try to do everything on that only today. Means we are interconnected by digital data, and imagine the size of this data that's going to increase. And that's just because technologies like this are being provided. You are in a world of very different kind of technology that you should learn, I'm telling you. See, learning SQL is not a criteria. I mean, I will teach you SQL, you don't worry now. You can learn that anywhere. But my intention is, do you know where to implement it after you learn? You don't know where to implement it and you just learn a few commands and go away. There's no meaning between you and the other layman who is just talking about databases. I don't like even one head of my student sitting in the industries for something that can be done by even a 35% student from a college. You have to think differently, because Oracle is one database that has such a lot of features and facilities you can't even imagine. And all this in Oracle with such a simple architecture. Anyhow, we'll elaborate this more seriously as the days are going on. But just before we leave in another few minutes, once your Oracle is installed and configured on your machines, it's 100% a two-tier architecture. It's a client-server implementation. So one side of the Oracle is the storage part. The other side of the Oracle is manipulative part. So your administrator will decide how to configure Oracle. That's not a headache. But what you should understand is, you're always connected to Oracle via one user interface layer. So nobody in the world can directly go and talk to the physical location of the Oracle database. Not even the DBAs, not even the DBAs. So everybody is given one interface from where, as an end user, you should always connect to Oracle, put your request. Your whole data is in the physical location, no doubt. Your total data is in the physical location. Nobody can stop this. But nobody can contact this physical location directly. Try to understand this. So your request is always processed to one special kind of memory called as SGA. SGA is always part of the server. So this SGA is called as shared global area, or it is basically called as your criteria and composition of structured global area. Means whatever it is one global area now. So generally we call it as shared global area. So this SGA is the global component of keeping your data before processing to any end user or servers. Therefore, once your Oracle server starts, immediately Oracle keeps an instance of SGA. Nobody can talk to Oracle's internal physical architecture without contacting SGA. That's how it is designed. So what is the advantage of this SGA now? The advantage of this SGA is Oracle is self-intelligent monitoring environment. Suppose like I got connected to Oracle today with some username and I'm working. Oracle is monitoring me. What tables I'm touching, what I'm updating, what I'm deleting, what I'm selecting, everything it's monitoring now. When I'm disconnecting, Oracle will check what was my highest demand of the data from where. Keeps that statistics. So those statistics are maintained by Oracle. Next time when Oracle starts, it catches these statistics and loads the data in high demand into that SGA and keeps it ready. Whenever some end user is requesting the data, it will first check whether the data is available in SGA or not. If the data is available in SGA, from that SGA it automatically returns the data. So what is the advantage? Speed increase. Performance is high now because I don't need to search here physically. But what is the guarantee? Always it is there. Second, what is the guarantee? The total what you requested is there. Partially it may be there, partially it may not be there. All that algorithm is clear in Oracle now. If your requested state of data is not available, Oracle immediately puts a request to SQL star plus logical layer. This is the business tier now. Your business tier can have requests from multiple different number of users. So it maintains its own queue. Operating system has its own queue manager. But Oracle never follows operating system's queue manager. It keeps queue into its control. Are you catching the point? It keeps the queue into its control and puts every request into the queue. The queue goes on moving by priority. Goes and takes the data from the physical tier and puts the data what you're requesting into the dispatcher. Dispatcher will release the data, but what dispatcher is doing what? Dispatcher will keep the data as a copy in the SGA, puts a timestamp on that, then releases to the user, but directly never releases. Next time when the user is requesting the data, checks whether such data was already requested by somebody else. If somebody else has requested and you also have permission on that data, gives the data from the SGA only. Means Oracle is searching the data physically how many times? Only once. And sharing the data maximum number of times from where? SGA. This SGA will be going on getting updated by least recently used algorithms that are designed by Oracle. Some amount of data is not in great demand for large amount of time. Oracle removes the data from the SGA, giving space for the higher demand data that is available. All this is happening without your knowledge. You just need to pull your keyboard, type your SQL statements, the story starts. But I don't want any of my students coming and saying that you give me a keyboard, I'll pull and type it. If you are a student, you should definitely do like that only. I'm definitely not believing that you are a student man. You are a professional who wants to come and settle yourself in the industry to do some intellectual work. Sitting in that chair, you are thinking you are a student, that's your psychological problem. But sitting here, I'm always aware that I'm not talking to students, I'm only talking to the next level professionals who have to go and give solutions in the industry. So when I feel that you are definitely professionals who have to give solutions, now feeling professionalistic is your job, I cannot force it. So we will learn Oracle, but our perspective and dimension will be different in learning Oracle. Every day what we discuss will be only a mechanism that can make us positively come to confidence that we can give solutions expected by the industry. You have to take certain pressure, else it's not possible. I will elaborate Oracle's architecture more deeper than what I am currently. But just I kept one idea so that at least the beginners who are coming for the first time, they should feel like, oh, this is the way I have to make myself to get ready. So this is looking difficult for me. Anytime you feel it's difficult in my class, you have the liberty to stop your course. Why? Because I can't tell you any other shortcut. Why? Because there is no shortcut to stay permanent and secure in the industry. I'm telling you. So, choice is yours. You want to keep yourself next to 10 years without any problem, or you want to keep yourself 10 times into insecurity every day. So the second level I don't expect it. So I am always with the first level only. So let's start. Before we start putting SQL, we should not forget that we are working for what? RDBMS oriented SQL. RDBMS is a big theory. I told you I will not trouble you on that directly, but certain small things in RDBMS we should know before we start. So that's where I'm just going to spend my next class with you, and after that I think we will be rolling into the practical side. Don't worry about it. Once I get into my practical, it's another kind of life, it's another kind of world. So let us see, before we can start keeping ourselves on the keyboard and start typing some commands, we know the reasons why we are actually doing it. Thank you. Once again with you on Monday. If anybody has not received your material or anything, it could be a problem with your mail ID, man. Please confirm the same with Mr. Srinivas, because we started dispatching the material with ebooks to people who have been giving the information properly. So cross-verify yourself and see that. Why? Because within another 2-3 days we'll make your whole class as one group, and to that group we'll be communicating with the material and everything. You did not get your material once, you will never get throughout the course once again. So finalize and cross-check, check your mailboxes every day. Honest span. We don't see, once we start, every 2-3 days you will be getting some information that is happening on my screen into mailboxes. We don't announce like we have sent you. Only once we will start that work, and that work continues till the end of the course. So your job is to look into your mailboxes. We don't give any announcements of that. So look in your mailboxes. You did not get any of your mails or anything till now. Those people should understand that if mail IDs are not proper, or maybe we didn't endorse it. Just make a confirmation with Srinivas, such that we will be just in touch with the process, because on weekends generally we work more for these kind of activities. Thank you. Once again with you on Monday.